What up, though, people? Let's go ahead and get into this offense a little bit more, man. Let's go ahead and get into passing 103. We on passing 103. So if you guys have watched passing 101, you now know how to protect your quarterback and protect your most valuable asset. And then if you've gone to passing 102, now you kind of know what to look for as far as formations and playbooks and stuff like that. Now it's time to start to construct the actual dots. What are we looking for? How do we approach this? All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and first thing I want to show you guys is one. When you are now constructing the offense, you want to build it and start this in practice mode against the best defensive teams, the teams with the best defensive backs. You want them so because if you can get your routes open against the best defensive backs, then that means you're going to be able to get it open against anybody. And then also, you don't want to necessarily use the best receivers, but you don't want to use the worst receivers either. We're going to go with the Michigan because I'm a big blue guy. So we're going to go ahead and rock with Michigan on offense. And in this video, we're going to be rocking with the TCU playbook. All right, we're going to basically just kind of mess with that formation that we already messed with in passing 102 it was. So yes, so we're going to go ahead and go to this wing trips formation. All right, and we're going to mess with a couple plays. All right, we kind of talked about it. You want to focus on the unique routes that you cannot recreate. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and play with motion PA read and PA flood. We're gonna go ahead and kind of just mess with those two plays right there. Why? Because PA flood has a corner route that we cannot create with our hot routes. It also has a deep skinny post that we cannot create with our hot routes. It also has a speed dig that we cannot create with our hot routes. And then on what was the other play? PA read, motion PA read. It has a post route that we cannot create, a short post route that we cannot create with our own hot routes with our quarterback. So we're going to start off first with motion PA read. So when you're putting together an offense, number one, if it cannot beat man coverage, we scrap the offense. If it can't, we start off with it with putting together route combinations that we know our opponent can't just put the controller down and just kill us with man coverage. If we can't beat man coverage, then it doesn't work. So that's first things first. So today's video, we're going to work on how to put together route combinations against man coverage. How do we beat man coverage? We want to look for man beating routes. All right. Typically short post routes, short corner routes, slants, drags. Those typically beat man coverage, whip routes, zig routes, whatever you want to call it, and out routes, like deep out routes and stuff like that will kind of beat man sometimes. So you got to kind of mess with the routes. But we have to figure out what beats man. We know in this game, short corner out, short post beats man. All right, so that's going to be more consistent against beating man coverage. Now, sometimes you might go against man, and it is doing a fantastic job of like being tight coverage, but you can still have a window to where you can throw the pass. All right, so from what I've seen, we will probably want to have the trips on the wide side of the field when we were running the wing trips. So, one, we have to get out here and test, can this post route consistently beat man? Georgia has very good man coverage corners, and they have fast guys. So let's go ahead and block our running back, put our tight end on a drag. And, if it's man coverage, you got to understand what's going to beat man coverage, right? So man coverage, you don't necessarily have to have pull routes for man because it's not zone. Everybody's hat on hat. So you don't necessarily have to have pull routes like a streak to push away the deep blues and stuff like that because there is no bracket between a deep blue and a flat that you have to worry about. It's just a deep blue on the field if it's two man under, and then it is just a hat on a hat. Every man for himself is guarding a route. All right. It's kind of hard to tell what coverage a person is in these days because of the shells that they have now introduced into the game. All right, and actually, I'll show you guys that really quickly. The shells have now kind of changed the game to where you can be in two man under and disguise it as a cover for coverage. That's one thing about it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it. You see down here, actually, 326 odd does not have a shell, but we will go to, here we go right here. This one does have a shell. So you have cover 0 shell. You see it down at the bottom right, at the second to last on the bottom right. It'll say shell. You got coach adjustments and you got shells. With the right stick, you flick your right stick left or right. You got cover 0, 2-man, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 6. So you can really disguise your coverages now, and you could be in a specific coverage. You couldn't do that previously. So that's one thing that kind of makes it unique in college football. And, because one way we used to disguise our coverages was through baseline. But for right now, in this video, we are solely focused on how we are supposed to beat man coverage. And now it's not really pre-snap reads where we're reading what coverage person is in. We are kind of just making post-snap decisions and based off of tendencies. If our opponent tends to run a lot more man, then now we want to have a man-beating play. So right now, we're focused on what do we put on the field if our opponent is putting out a lot of man coverage. So we're going to go ahead and pick 2-man under out of the $326 odd. It's basically $. So can our post route beat man? If this was zone, we would need to have pull routes on the field, but we don't have to have pull routes for this. So that corner route can be standalone. You don't need a streak to really push back the deep half, but if you want to, you can. So what we want to do is put man-beating routes out. Texas routes for the running back, the hot routes that beat man is, you got the corner route is pretty decent. Then you have the Texas route. That's probably your most consistent. So a drag Texas combination is typically really good. You got to have a drag leading the way in front of the Texas route. So like you see how the tight end, you either need to be in a super compressed set to have the Texas route trail behind the drag, or the tight end and the running back on the same side, so you can kind of drag the tight end and Texas the running back. So this is going to be a very good combo, and then we can kind of stem down that hitch route, make it a little bit lower for ourselves. So now this should be a really good man-beating route combination. So whether it's 2-man under with 2 deep blues, or if it's cover 0 and they're blitzing. If they're blitzing, we might have to block our running back. If they're not blitzing, which they are not, this is 2-man. Can our routes beat man? So our running back, we got a bad throw. We got we got an orange pass there. We were under a little bit of pressure, and we just didn't have a good deliver ball there. All right, we kind of got screamed at. Our tight end drag got bagged. Now, let's look at our other routes. This is the thing you want to do. It's not important to just put the combo on the field. You want to put the combo on the field and then go look at the replay and see what's happening. All right, so we see our corner route, fry this guy. That's a simple. And then you want to look at, when you're looking at these things, freeze frame it. Look at, how do I need to throw this ball to get this guy open? That's passing. It's not just pressing a button. It's understanding pass leads. Do I pass lead it down? Do I pass lead it up? Do I pass lead it left? What's the best place to put the ball? Ball placement is everything when you're going up against anything, whether it's zone or man. But right now we're focused on man coverage. So right now we're looking at the freeze frame. Can I throw any of these guys? The tight end looks completely blanketed. Running back, we got a little action. You see how we threw it. When I threw it to him, I threw it kind of down and away. Kind of, so that would be kind of like 9 o'clock-ish. Well, not 9 o'clock. It's like 8 o'clock-ish. If we were looking at a clock, that's kind of where I threw it. Or you can kind of throw it 10 o'clock-ish because there's a bunch of open field. So really, you want to understand the angles. Where do I need to throw it? Here, corner out, wide open. He beat his man. Don't just press the button, because if you just press the receiver's icon, what the quarterback will do, he won't lead the ball. He's just going to throw it in the direction the receiver is going. We see where the receiver is going. The receiver is going right up the field towards the deep half, which means it's covered if we throw it that way. However, if we throw it here around this 50-yard mark, in between the 50 and the 45, now we got action. The safety can't get there. Safety can get there if it's over the 45-yard line, but in between, if we throw it, figure out the pass lead to throw it here, we got plenty of action. You get what I'm saying? So it's really all about paying attention to your pass leads and where you need to go. What about our post route? All right, our post route has position, but it's all about where we throw it. If we throw it down or behind him, cornerback can make a play. But if we lead him, forward, straight to the right, or even down into the right, because he has positioning. The defensive back is on top of him. Pause. All right? The defensive back is on top of him, so you can pass lead him down. That way he can come back to the ball because he has positioning. So he can kind of box him out. Think of it as if it was basketball. He can kind of box him out and really go ahead and make the play right there on this particular play. So we have the post, the corner out. Looks like we got a man-beating play. It beats man. We feel comfortable in this formation. That's another thing. You want to actually make sure you are in a formation you feel comfortable making reads in. People feel comfortable making reads in different types of alignments. If you like spread sets, you like the receivers more spread out, you feel more comfortable making reads fast out of that set. I'm more of a compressed set kind of guy where I need to be able to make my reads really fast out of a compressed look. So it just depends on the type of player you are. So I like that combo. We're going to go ahead and put that out there again against man coverage. And we're going to throw it to a different guy now. We're not going to throw it to the running back. Let's throw it to the post. All right. Drag actually won that time. Corner out won again. We have a few man-beating routes out there on the field. All right. That time, our drag won. Boom. So our drag isn't trash. It's not trash at all. Corner out won again. Cooked them. Now, our post did get kind of bagged on that play. It was perfect shade. There's really nowhere we can throw it. All right, we don't really have anywhere we can throw it. We gotta just trust that maybe he can outrun him to the sideline and we throw it late. But early on in the play, he's taken out of the field, out of the play. Texas route one. For the most part, when you are playing man coverage, you want at least 3 man-beating guys. You want 3 routes beating man at all times. That way you can make the read because you also have to include the user and the lurk on the field. And now we have switch stick. So you want to have at least 3 guys that are going to beat man consistently. We have 4 man-beating routes. We got a drag, the Texas, and then we also have our post. One of them might get bagged from time to time. Man is not as guaranteed, like the man beating routes aren't as guaranteed as they once used to be back in the day, where it's like guaranteed a post is going to beat man. Sometimes you got to figure out, you just want to, whatever does it at the highest percentage and the highest rate is what you want to put on the field. So we're going to go with the combination again. We're going to try to get the ball off here. We're going to throw our corner out. You see the ball goes up towards past the 45-yard line. Safety can make a play. We're going to do it again. Now we're going to go ahead and get it. You see there, safety can't get there because the safety is going to react. Now, if you have a streak there, it's going to push that safety right out of the way. If we put B on a streak, safety's never going to be in the play. But for the sake of the video, we are testing it without the streak. I mean, I can't get time. I don't have my second controller, guys, because I'm not home. But we're going to go ahead and keep cooking it up, sending 5 out. You see how there, put it down and away. Now we just have to master the throw. We got to master the throw. So we're going to keep throwing this until we figure out the best way to throw it. Throw the post on a run. I mean, I'm getting shedded. We're going to do a little pass protection here. We're going to do empty here. All right, we're going to do an empty pass protection. Hopefully we get a little bit better pass pro. Boom. Just under the 45-yard line, we're able to throw that, possession catch it, throw it down and away. I threw it down and away. You can throw it on the break. If you want to just trust it because you've seen consistently he's beating man press, you can just throw it right there as he's about to break. I kind of waited just to make sure and then threw it, which then made me throw it a little bit deeper downfield. We got it just before the 45. Like I said, if we get it any further, so you really got to master the timing. But we can see he's beating that guy consistently. Now we're going to throw it on the break. We're just going to trust it here. I forgot to do my pass protection. And I threw it to the dirt. All right, here we go. Pass pro. I didn't trust the pass protection there. We're going to do it one more time. See how there, once the ball go, if the ball goes up the field, you can't make the throw. So it looks like with this particular corner route, that's another thing you got to learn. That's the beauty of pass or practice mode. You got to learn what certain routes, how they allow you to pass lead. Certain routes won't allow you to pass lead certain ways. I tried to throw it on a break and get like a nice pass lead down. It didn't go down the way that I wanted to. I have to. It looks like I have to wait until after he break to really make the throw. But I can't get the ball off there. Get hit, doesn't work. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna put our streak there and just guarantee that safety out of our way because we know our opponent is running 2-man under. 2-man under, push him out the way, bing, bing. All right? We know we're going to go ahead and get him right out of the way with that. So, we're going to do it again. Boom. Right there. We forced to pass the ball way too soon, and we did not get a good pass. We're going to do it again. Pass lead it again. Boom. Get it out the way. So, now you can see with the streak, the deep half's never going to really be in the way. He's not going to make the play the same way with the streak. You can throw it without the streak. It's just more so about timing, making sure you do it at the right time with the right pass lead. You'll be able to make that throw on the sideline with a possession catch. All right? But with the streak, because he has to respect the pull route, you know, he it's going to allow for you to go ahead and throw it late. So here, you can see at all times we have 3 routes beating man. Angle routes consistently beating his man. Corner route 1. Our post route fried that play. So that's really what it's all about. When you're putting plays out on the field, you want to make sure consistently. You want to do it over and over and over again. You want to do it against the best defensive backs to make sure it's consistent. So we're doing this against Georgia's defensive backs. So we know if we can beat their DBs, we can beat any DB because we don't even have great receivers out here. So right here, we see our post cooking. You know, it's pretty consistent. Our corner route is very consistent against man. This particular corner route has been very consistent against man, frying his guy. Our post, consistent. Our angle, consistent. Consistently getting space. All right, let's throw the post this play. Drag, throw the post, bing. Throw it over the middle of the field. Somehow we did not catch it. The drop passes are not talked about enough, in my opinion. All right, and with the post route, you see, what you really want to do is hit him in the middle of the field once he crosses the safety's face. If you hit him when he crosses the safety's face, then you have nothing but green grass. Because what's going to happen is the corner route is going to push the other safety out of the way because he has to respect the corner route. All outside zones, outside deep zones, whether it's a deep half, outside quarter, outside third, they all have to respect outbreaking routes, deep outbreaking routes, corner routes, comeback routes. Any routes like that, they're going to have to respect it. So, because that's their responsibility. So the corner route is going to push him out. Even though he can't necessarily guard this with the perfect pass lead, he still has to respect it and kind of head that direction because he's going to give up a touchdown if he doesn't. So then the post route over the middle, once you hit him up, once he passed that safety, then you got plenty of action there. Right now, I'm going to double team this guy here. Try to give myself some time so I can kind of sidestep with my post route. I'm just not able to get time. I'm getting shedded so fast. Practice mode sheds are unbelievable. We're going to do it again. That play, we kind of got bagged. Even though he beat him late, it was kind of covered in my opinion. But with the pass lead's everything. Right there, I led him in the direction he was going. Straight to the right. Straight at 3 o'clock. We are pass leading straight at 3 o'clock. Straight to the right in the direction he's going. And I'm basically saying I am throwing it to an area. That's really what you want to do. Throw the ball to an area and try to hit your guys in the direction in which they are going. So you see here, he's on a post. We're trying to hit him over the middle. We led him perfectly. He gets out in front of him. Boom. Even when it looks covered, it's not. So those are the little things you got to kind of learn about the game when you get in practice mode. So right now, we're just learning how to beat man coverage and what to do. You got to put man beating routes out there. Zone is way different from man, because zone now is more so about manipulating and forcing zone responsibility. Man coverage is about the route in itself and only solely the route. Can this route or type of route beat man? All right. And you have to go and explore and play with different routes, whether it's a zig route, a streak, or whatever. You got to play with all the different routes and find out what is most consistent, what is winning at a high, consistent rate. If it's winning at a high, consistent rate, then you trust it. And not until then, you don't trust it. You always wait until you have proven in practice mode that, yo, this consistently does that. And then after that, then you take it in actual real game action and test it. You don't just trust that, oh, it worked in practice mode. Now you got to put it in real live action and really get a feel for it and feel like, oh, okay, I don't like this. I do like that. Scrap this. I like the route, but let me find a better formation. Little things like that. So those are the things you got to really test. It's working beautifully. Beautifully, it's consistently working. So now, after we've seen that, we spent enough time on this particular play. Now, let's go ahead and shift to a different play. Let's shift to the other play. So now we have a play that's kind of attacking the middle of the field, right? The post route with the corner route. It attacks the sideline, and it's specifically for man coverage. That's a man coverage beater and man coverage setup. That setup in itself could be zone, but that's not the focus of this video, and we will talk about that in the next video in Passing 104. So, PA flood. Now, let's go into the second play. Go right back against 2-man under. So, now this corner route here is a shorter corner route. It's a shorter stem corner route, and it's going to break sharper. It has a sharp cut to it. So, it's going to be way better, and also that deep half's never going to get there for this route. This corner route, the deep half will never get there. You can kind of just throw that way better. But you also have a pull route anyway. That deep post there is going to be very good against. It's going to be kind of recognized as a streak and push back that deep half. So what do we want to do? We got to put routes out here that's going to beat man coverage. So we have a flat. We have a speed in. We can put our tight end back on the drag again. We can leave our running back blocked. So for the sake of this part, just so I can have more time, we're going to leave the running back blocked. All right? Because another thing you want to think about here is, remember, corner route's going to push out the deep half. Potentially, we have a 2-man under bomb with that skinny post, because he might split the safety here on the left. And then, because he's not going to have to worry about the safety on the right. So we'll hike the ball. Corner route's wide open. Look like we got action. Let's look at the replay, people. All right, let's look at the replay and see what happened on the field. All right, our in route kind of beat his man. Corner route cooked his man. We could have threw it as soon as he broke. That deep half doesn't have a chance. And then what happened was our corner route ran in. He bumped and rubbed. It was kind of like a rub route on, so to speak. All right, so we'll do it again. Do it again. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna throw the corner out. There, we got bagged. That play, we got bagged. So 1 for 2. 1 for 2. One got bagged, one didn't. Let's go ahead and do it again. Boom, right there. Cooked him. Bad ball, but beautiful route. Beautiful route. Beautiful route. Bad ball, but beautiful route. It could be our quarterback, too. We are rocking with Orgy. All right. Right there, wide open. And I'm going to show you guys, actually, what I'm going to do here. I'm going to show you guys, actually. We're going to take B and put him on a smoke screen. He's not going to beat man or anything like that. I just want to show you guys that this corner route is going to be more consistent. And this is the beauty of playing with your routes and figuring out what works where. So I'm going to show you. That deep half has no chance with the short corner route. No chance whatsoever. So that's the beauty of that. All right, so we are going to block our running back. So we can also, another option we could do is block our tight end and just put an angle with that speed dig. So now let's look at this stuff. Running back killed his man. Boom. We can do it again. Running back's killing his guy. Just absolutely torching him. Torching his guy in man coverage. All right, now let's look at the dig route. Is he winning? Like I told you guys, we want 3 man-beating routes on the field at all times. All right, we want 3 of them when we know we're going against man. If you only have 2, that's cool. You can work with 2, but 3 is ideal. 3 is ideal. 1 is a no-go, because then it makes it easy for your opponent, because now your opponent can just go ahead and just, lurk the 1 route. Okay, so our in route is kind of, he's beating his man, but the pass there was terrible. So we're gonna go ahead. I don't know why I got a red pass there. Okay, we got a green one there. I've been throwing without freeforming, but that's fine. Because I've been more so focused on the route itself than actually passing the ball, and that's my fault, guys. All right, so we're getting good passes. We're getting good routes. So we got 3 man beating routes on the field at once. Now, can we get our post route open? That's the last phase of it. If we can get this post route open, enough air and maybe a fast enough guy or a good enough receiver, that might be a bomb. We'll try it again. I'm going to highball it this time. Oh, there we go. He cooked him that time. Barbecue chicken. You also have yourself a 2-man under bomb. My fault, guys. So you also have yourself a 2-man under bomb. Let's go ahead and look at the replay. Our guy cooked his man. So now we got all 4 guys whooping their guy. Post route cooked. You see that deep half. He's going to kind of sit because he doesn't really have any real responsibility on the field yet. And by the time he realizes it, the bomb's already over the top of his head because he's looking in front of him. So he's not looking on the sides because that's not his responsibility. He's looking in front of him. Are there any corner routes or anything like that, in front of me on my half of the field? And he doesn't see anything. The in route is running past his face, and then so he's going to kind of break out. You see him kind of just sidestepping towards the angle route because that's really the route that's in his line of vision, his line of sight. He doesn't see that post route sneaking out over the top. Boom. We got a nice little bomb over the top. Nice, beautifully designed play. So we got 2 man beating plays that we have now cooked up. And that's really it. You see consistently, we spent it's almost been 30 minutes in this video, and we have spent a lot of time. That's the amount of time it takes to really be able to find out how consistent your routes are against a specific coverage. This is consistently beat man coverage. You guys go ahead and test it yourselves. Go test routes similar to some of these routes I've shown you. Go test it in your favorite formation. Make sure you let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys are running, what you guys are testing. Hopefully this video helped you become better as a passer and also better against man coverage. I don't want you guys out here getting beat by man coverage because man coverage is set it and forget it defense. You really can put the controller down. If you don't have real man beaters on the field, you're going to get bagged and lose to your opponent. We cannot lose to a standard defense. So that's passing 103. We got to be able to beat the put the controller down defense, which is 2 man under, put the controller down. If we can beat man, then we can beat anything. So we're beating man coverage right here, 2 man under. All right, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Also, if you're trying to take your game to the next level, check out the website, twim.tips. If you're looking for more free tips or even premium tips, or if you're trying to get one-on-one coaching with your boy and really take your game to the next level, all right, check out the website, twim.tips. Everything will be in the description of this video. I appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully it made you better, and I'll catch y'all later.